Hey there! Welcome to our walkthrough of EmoGuardian. This expert advisor is a game changer for traders who want to take control of their emotions and manage risk like a pro. EmoGuardian gives you an interactive interface with 4 tabs, each serving up different risk parameters that will help you trade smarter. The Daily Limits tab allows you to set risk limits for your equity, daily gain or losses. You can go with percentages or specific values. It's all about keeping impulsive decisions in check. Tired of overtrading? The Position Limits tab is your solution. Define limits and position sizes, maximum consecutive losses, and more. Say goodbye to reckless trades. The Time Ranges tab gives you the flexibility to create up to 3 time frames, each with its own set of risk limits. Finally, the Advanced Setting tabs allows you to create an emergency signal to flatten all positions and close all Expert Advisor even if you are not in front of the computer or if you are running your Expert Advisor on a VPS server. This video will give you a general overview of how EmoGuardian works. For a thorough description, please check the online manual in the link below. If you suffer from overtrading and you need to contrast your impulsive behavior, you might want to check the video about how to enforce a risk management policy. You can find the link in the description below. Ready to join the EmoGuardian crew? Hop into our Discord community for updates, feature requests and insight from fellow traders who've mastered the game with EmoGuardian. No more suspense. Let's dive into EmoGuardian and see how it can transform your trading journey. Alright, let's break down how EmoGuardian gets things done with a straightforward example. Imagine this scenario. I want to set a minimum equity value of $97,700, a maximum volume per position of 7 lots, plus a maximum risk per symbol of $200. All I need to do is input these values into their respective tabs. Once I'm satisfied, I will click on Update Parameters to load these settings into EmoGuardian's inner monitoring system. Now it's time to activate EmoGuardian, unless it's already on. The 3 buttons in the center of the interface will now turn blue, signaling that everything is fine and that EmoGuardian is actively monitoring your account. If any of the button is red and you have doubts about the meaning of the warning, just click on the tooltip button on the top right corner and hover over the warning to see a quick explanation. At this stage, although EmoGuardian is already working, I suggest clicking the Hide Interactive Panel button. By doing this, you will be shown a different interface that neatly summarizes the risk limits in play. Why opt for this interface? There are 3 main reasons. First, witness every action EmoGuardian takes to safeguard your risk. Second, to prevent accidental tweaks to your risk parameters. No more click blunders. Third, enjoy smoother performance as this interface goes easy on your computer's memory and CPU. Now let's watch EmoGuardian in action by taking a few trades that push our risk limits. So let's buy 8 contracts of EUR/USD to see the maximum volume per position in action. As you can see, as soon as I buy 8 contracts, the position is resized to 7 contracts. And the message is shown on the interface saying that the maximum open volume per position has been reached and the position has been resized. Let's do it again with 10 contracts. Again, the position has been resized to 7, which is the maximum volume per position allowed in our risk parameters. In order to show the maximum risk per symbol in action, I will bring up the chart with the US dollar versus the Chinese yuan. Let me close some position on the Euro USD to clearly show what is the current P&L. Okay, so now you can see that we are already losing $198, and as soon as we reach this $200, all the positions are flattened. In this case, we didn't impose any break duration, so you can see that the symbol is blocked for 0 minutes and 0 seconds, but we can also specify a break duration. Let me show you again. I will buy some contracts of USD dollar versus Chinese yuan, and you can observe that as soon as we reach the $200 limit, all the position will be flattened. Remember that we wanted to impose a risk on the symbol, not on the single position. Now let's see what happens when we reach the 97,700 USD watermark, which is the minimum equity value risk that we enforced on our account. As you can see, we are very close to reaching that limit, so I will buy some GBP USD to get closer. Okay, we are very close, just $5 away. Let's see what happens. Okay, as soon as we reach that limit, all position gets flattened. Also, observe that the background turns red. When the background turns red, it means that no further trading is allowed. So if I take any other trade right now, the position will be immediately closed. You can see that every new trade that I try to open is immediately closed because the minimum equity level has been reached. And this color signaling system can be enabled or disabled also in the interactive interface. And voila, you've got the basics to wield the EmoGuardian. But if you are craving more details, hang tight until the end of this video. I'll unravel even more about how this exceptional expert advisor operates. Given that EmoGuardian serves as a risk manager, ensuring robust security was a fundamental priority during its development. The three center levels of the EA will display warnings in case something prevents EmoGuardian to work properly. For instance, neglecting to activate algorithmic trading on the trading platform will trigger a warning, and the same applies if algorithmic trading remains disabled for the expert advisor itself. Another common mistake is to forget to activate the EmoGuardian after attaching it to a chart. In this case, the third button will warn you that EmoGuardian is off. In any case, the state of the EA is clearly visible from the on-off button on the top right. If you have any doubts about the meaning of a warning, press the question mark on the top right corner. This will activate the tooltips. Hover over any level or button and some instructions will appear. These warnings will also be displayed on the second interface. In that case, only one level will display all relevant warnings. You will probably wonder what happens if you remove the EmoGuardian and then you reattach it to a chart. Will it start to work immediately? If so, what parameters will it use? Will it immediately kill any open position that violates current risk parameters? The answer to all these questions is no. Whenever EmoGuardian is loaded, it will start from an off mode. The parameters that it will load will be those of the previous session, and they will be displayed in the interactive interface. In case a checkbox is selected but the value is not visible, just click on the cell and it will appear. However, before turning on the EmoGuardian, a consistency check is performed to make sure that no risk parameter is already violated. Let me show you an example. In this case, the minimum equity value from previous session was $97,600, and the current equity is already below that value. If EmoGuardian allowed immediate activation, it would flatten any open position. This is not acceptable. So, when turning it on, an error message will be displayed and it won't be possible to turn on the Expert Advisor. This brings us to another key feature of EmoGuardian, its extensive consistency check feature. Before updating all the risk parameters, each one of them is double-checked to make sure that it isn't already violated. Let's see this example. Some of you might have already noticed a strange round label below the on-off button. That is the refresh button. By clicking it, the parameters currently in use will be displayed in the interactive panel. If, for instance, you start to mess around with the interactive panel parameters and you forget which parameters are currently in use, just press that button and the interactive panel will show the risk levels currently used. The advanced setting tabs offer the possibility to create a signature trade that will be interpreted by the EmoGuardian as an emergency signal to flatten all position and close all the expert advisors. The best way to harness the power of EmoGuardian is by having it run on a VPS server and by blocking the access to the VPS server in some ways. This will ensure that you won't fall victim of any impulsive behavior. However, there might be some crazy news, an unexpected event, or anything out of ordinary. In this emergency situation, you might want to have a way to close all position and kill all expert advisor, even if you cannot access the VPS. And by the way, if you don't know how to block the access to the VPS server, I will leave you a link in the description below, in which I explain how to mechanically enforce a maximum daily loss on any account using another expert advisor. But of course you can do exactly the same with EmoGuardian, and this is very easy using any productivity software. So let me show you with an example how to use these signature traits. So in this case I have EmoGuardian working on a VPS server. And I also have several expert advisor associated to this trading account, right? And you can see this, each one of them is obviously associated to a different chart. And I also have several positions opened, right? Now, what I want to do is to go in the advanced setting tabs and create a signature trade that will be interpreted as an emergency signal. So once this signal is detected, all position will be flattened and all this expert advisor will be closed, right? So let's create this emergency signal. In order to do this, you might want to use a symbol that you do not normally trade. So for instance, I can use this USD Chinese yuan, right? And you can use any volume different than 0, of course. So let's say 3, okay? And once you're done, you click the update parameters button. Okay. You see, in this case, the symbol chosen is inexistent. I probably misspelled it. So let's try with capital letters. Okay, so this is not correct. And of course I know the reason, because this is also misspelled, and so this should be the correct spelling. Okay, so it's done. Then I see this warning. Of course I must switch this on. Okay, and then I can hide the interactive panel. Okay, now imagine that this is running on the VPS server, and I do not have access to it because I block it. And there is a link in the description below about how to do this. But of course, I can always access this same trading account from any different MetaTrader platform, having just the login details. So let me bring up another MetaTrader platform. This one is local, okay? This is not on a VPS server, right? So let me show you. This is locally. And so let me reduce the VPS server that just to show you what happens. And so what I will do is, let's say there was some piece of news that that is having a big impact on the trading, and I'm not sure about how this trading expert advisor will react to it, and I just want to play it safe. I want to, you know, close all the position and kill all the expert advisor, but I do not have access to the VPS server, so I cannot do this manually. So the way to go about it is this. I remember what is the signature trade that was a 0.03 volume on the USD CHN. So I just buy or sell this signal, and let's see what happened. Okay, watch this. Remember, this is the VPS server to which I have no access. I create this trade, okay, and as soon as you see, as soon as I created this trade, this is interpreted as a flattening signal, as an emergency signal. So all the positions have been flattened, and as you can see here, all the trades have also been killed. Okay. Okay, so this is the idea behind it. Of course, I offer also another solution. Let me show you. Another option to create an emergency signal that is using a combination of comment plus volume. Let's use as a comment as a let's say emerge 1 2 3. I can use whatever comment I want, and as a signal 0.2. So in that case, this is not used, right? And so let me show you. Let's open some position here. Let's also open, let's say, another chart. Okay, let's open this chart, sorry. And let's put okay, an expert advisor here, and let's open also another chart, and let's put another expert advisor. Okay, let's see what happens. So now we created this signal, which is emerge 1 2 3 and the volume 0.02. I click update, right? And now I hide the interactive panel. Okay, let's not hide it, let's leave it that way. So now what I want to do, same situation, there are some news, you know, some unforecast event, and I just want to, you know, kill everything. So what I do is I create a new trade. You see I created this new order, and the volume must be 0.02. You know, and a comment must be emerge 1 2 3, right? And I do this. I can also create a pending order at wwhatever, let's say price of 2, which is completely unrealistic, right? And the comment is emerge 1 2 3. Let's say 1.1.5. I set limit, and this is the comment, right? The moment I place this, and you see this is not flattening, and the reason is this, that the volume is not correct. Okay, so the volume, let's create another order, right? Emerge 1 2 3, the volume should be 2, right? Oh, sorry. Now let's place it, and be careful, watch what happens down here. Okay, so as you can see, this comment was also you know, this this trade with that particular comment was interpreted as an emergency signal, and all the positions have been flattened, right? So this is something extremely useful, above all because you want really, the proper way to use EmoGuardian is by using a VPS server, of course, because once you block the access to the VPS server, you are sure that your emotions are managed by the EmoGuardian. So there is one very important thing that you must understand about EmoGuardian, and that is that not all risk limits trigger the same action or the same behavior of the EmoGuardian. So let me explain. In the daily limit stop, you see a minimum equity or a maximum equity, okay? That can be expressed either in percentages or in absolute value, right? So it's quite obvious that once the minimum equity is reached, all open position must be flattened, and also all the expert advisors that are currently running on the platform must be killed. This is very easy to understand because if you want to impose a minimum equity, okay, you really don't want that after this level is reached, you don't want expert advisor to take any further trades for the day. So the behavior of the daily limit stop is very clear. But what happens with all the limits that appear on the position limit stop? Well, it's quite obvious that these risk limits must all lead to different actions. For instance, if you impose a maximum open volume per position, it's quite obvious that once this limit is reached, you don't want to flatten all other position, and you don't want to kill all expert advisor. So the behavior, of the EmoGuardian once this risk limit is reached will be quite different. I explain all this in the EmoGuardian manual, okay, and you can find the link below this video. So basically you will find this table, and this table explain what is the behavior, okay, associated to each risk limits. So for instance, the maximum open volume per position, once this is triggered, okay, the trade will be resized, and open position will not be flattened, or open orders will not be closed, and expert advisor will not be killed. On the other hand, if you impose a number for the maximum consecutive loser, once this number is reached, all position will be flattened, all open orders will be killed, will be closed, and all expert advisor will be killed. And the reason is that this risk limit is reached basically when there is some kind of compulsive behavior. So we really want to block everything. Okay, so make sure you really understand this kind of behavior. And let me give you a quick example. Let's impose a maximum open volume per position of 3 and a maximum daily volume of, let's say, 80, and let's click update. Okay, so I receive a warning. So you see maximum daily volume is already 108 because I took many small trades to test the EA. And also maximum consecutive loser that I didn't notice it was selected is already 31. Okay, so let's remove this and let's impose a maximum daily volume of 120, right? And let's click update. Let's see what happened. I hide the interactive panel and I can see the current limits, right? So let me take the trades directly here. I buy 4, this is resized to 3, right? By 4, this is resized to 3. So now I have already taken 4 plus 4, okay, and you can see it here, 4 plus 4, that is 8, right? And very soon I will reach the maximum daily volume of 120 because, as we saw from the warning, we have already trading 108. So let's see, let's go on. Okay, so you see the last position has been resized to 2.16. This is of course explained here. You see the trade is resized, but the positions are not closed. Of course, now if I try to take any other trade, even a small one, this trade will be closed because the maximum daily volume has already been reached. And there is one very important option that I want to show in details, because I think it's really powerful concerning the position limits. So let's remove this. I want to show you this option, the maximum risk per symbol. Okay, let's show you, let's see this one first. The maximum open risk per trade, let's say 100 USD. So once a trade reaches this risk, the trade will be closed. Let's select this and let's see what happened. I buy 6 contracts of this. Okay, this is not enough, of course, to reach these limits. Of course, let's take another, sorry, let's open this USD 1, which is, let's buy 7 contracts. Okay, you see with 7 contracts I was already losing $160, and so the position was closed. Let's try with 4. You see I'm losing $93.95. So once I reach 100, the position is immediately closed, and I see this warning, right? However, and this example will allow me to introduce the next parameter. You see, in this case, I am losing $130 on the USD versus Chinese yuan. However, this position is not closed because this is a risk associated to the single trade, and none of these trades is losing more than 100. So how do I impose a maximum risk on this position? I must use another option of the EmoGuardian, which I think is one of the most important and most powerful limits that you will see. That is this one, this maximum risk per symbol. Okay, so let's impose a maximum risk per symbol of 100 USD, and let's block the symbol for 2 minutes. So by doing this, once I reach a total risk of 100 USD, that symbol will be disabled, let's say, for 2 minutes. So I cannot trade the symbol for 2 minutes. Let me show you how this works. So let's bring up the same, USD versus yuan. Okay. Okay, so now I have, several positions opened, all on the same symbol, which is USD versus yuan, and they are currently losing 60, around $60. And once I reach this $100 risk, all positions should be flattened, and EmoGuardian should, prevent trading on USD versus yuan, which is not really preventing, is basically immediate flattening of any further attempt to trade that symbol. So let me show you. Let's buy something else, some more contracts to show the situation. So now we are losing 73, right? Let's buy something more. We are getting closer to 100. We're getting very close. Let's see. Let's see what happened. You see, once I reach this 100 watermark, all positions are closed. And now this symbol is blocked for 2 minutes, right? And if I make an attempt to trade it by buying something, let's see, this position is closed. Of course, I can still trade other symbols. So this case is the Swiss franc, and of course I can also try to trigger the same on another symbol. Okay, now you know this USD Swiss franc has been flattened for 2 minutes, and of course each different symbol has a different timer, right? So the things will not get messed up. So now if I try to trade this Swiss franc, you know, I can't trade it, and you see now I received this warning saying that I can trade the USD versus yuan. So let's try to trade it. You see, this position is not flattened. On the other hand, if I try to trade the USD Swiss franc, I should be blocked. You see, the USD franc is blocked until 3 p.m. 12 minutes and 59 seconds. You see? So this is basically how this parameter work, and I think this is very, very important, because very often we lose a lot of money trading because we take too much risk on one single position. We average down, and you know, by blocking that position for some minutes, we avoid compulsive behaviors. Now there is one further thing that I want to say about this option, and it is this. Many of you will think, okay, but you know what, I can sort of work around these risk limits by reducing the exposure. Let me explain. Let's say I buy, you know, and here I am losing $84. And I think, you know what, I can simply reduce the risk, you know, and then I can average down and I can do whatever I want. So now I had a total risk of $80, but now I reduce it to 34. So, you know, I can still take more trades, okay, because now the risk is reduced to 34. In reality, what you did is insist on a trade which was not working. You reduced some size, okay, but now you're willing to still increase risk on that trade. Okay, so this is also a compulsive behavior. This is not something smart. You are basically trying to outsmart this expert advisor, and I will show you that this won't work. So in this previous trade, you have already taken a loss of $46. No, sorry, of $46. Okay, and what this what the EmoGuardian will consider this loss as part of the same trade. So it doesn't matter if you close part of the trade. This total risk is computed flat to flat. So you see now this trade has been closed, although the open risk was only 50, and I will show you why. So this trade, okay, which was closed partially to try to work around this limit imposed by the EmoGuardian, has been flattened because this $100 risk is computed flat to flat. So you can't really try to outsmart the EmoGuardian trying to work around these limits. So check this. This trade, 22 plus, 28, 22, sorry, 0.28 plus 24.47 plus 36.36 plus 15.99 gives you $99.1. So basically, in some moment, this trade, reached an overall risk of $100, and it was flattened. No matter what you did to try to, work around the inner working is of EmoGuardian. Okay. So let me show you again. USD. Now it's tradable again, right? So let's make another attempt. So here I have a $74 of total risk. Okay, I try to close some position, and I want to trade it again. Okay, and now it's closed, although the last open risk was $60, because in reality you were taking just one trade and you were trying to take partial closure to work around the limit imposed by the EmoGuardian. Okay, so this of course is interpreted as a bad behavior, and the position is closed. It's completely different if you let's say here you close all the position and then you take another trade. That won't trigger this limit. This is all explained very well in the manual, and in reality is something very easy and very very logic, and this is what really dictates the whole behavior of the EmoGuardian. Like the action that are taken per each race parameter are very intuitive and very logic. So for instance, this maximum consecutive loser, of course this maximum consecutive loser when this limit is triggered is because you are taking compulsive trades and you really want to block the trading for the day and to save your account. Max risk per symbol is already explained. Max number of trades per day, is quite self-explanatory. So that's pretty much it. One last thing that I want to mention is this. EmoGuardian is really an ongoing project, meaning that I want to grow a community behind this expert advisor. So I want to grow a community of traders that are really focused on managing risk, and that they want to improve their trading by having some, by managing risk properly. So if you have any ideas, any feature request, any improvement that you see on this expert advisor, please share your comment on the Discord channel. Put your comment on this video, and also leave a positive review on MQL community so that I can make this expert advisor as popular as possible, and people will use it to manage their trading. Of course, this is an ongoing project, so the next release will have even more features. Okay, and I'm always open to ideas from outside, and more often than not, if you have an idea and you share it with the community, I will really consider it and it will result on something new being implemented. So now the interface is done, the inner workings are already, you know, tested and retested, and they simply work. So it's time to increase the number of features and to make it really a great project and help discretionary traders improve their performance. So guys, I hope you enjoyed it, and stay in touch.